Okay, guys, hey, welcome back to 234 in La Casa, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be making a wonderful cream cheese strawberry pretzel crust salad. It is excellent. It is so good, y'all. I've had it multiple times. It is the best, one of the best gelatin salads I think I've ever had in my life. So what you're going to need for this recipe is some pretzels. You can get pretzel sticks. You can get the pretzel squares. I wouldn't do the knots and I wouldn't do the thick pretzel sticks because they're hard to kind of crush because you're going to need to make yourself a pretzel crust. And so you're going to crush those. You'll need about 2 cups of those pretzel sticks or squares or what have you, and just put it in a Ziploc bag and crush them, or put them in your blender, or if you have a blender, or if you have a food processor. I tend, I think I've said before, I don't do a lot of gadgets and all that kind of stuff. I just put mine in a Ziploc bag. I'm just going to use the bottom of a cup or something, and I'll show y'all, and just crush it up. It's just easier and cheaper. See y'all over here in a second. All right, y'all. So these are the pretzels, and when you do it in a Ziploc bag, just make sure before you seal your Ziploc that you try to press all the air out of there, so that way you can get a really good grip on getting your pretzels. Getting your pretzels, broken down or what have you. Okay, guys. So this is our pretzels. We've got that all crushed. This is my bag afterwards, so I'm gonna trash this. And so then next you're going to want to add in a cup of melted butter. Okay, guys, and so then also make sure you have your oven preheated to 350 degrees for the pretzel crust. To this, we're going to add 5 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Go ahead and get that mixed together. And if you notice in my pretzel crust, I still have some pieces of pretzel. I like mine like that, just to have those little pieces of pretzel still kind of in there. Not a lot of them, but just a few. It just gives a little bit of extra texture, and it just looks like, like you can tell that it's homemade, like it's made from scratch. I just love the way that that looks and the way it tastes in the mouth. Anyway, so, but 5 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And then we're going to go ahead and add our melted butter, and you can see it stayed just like this in the microwave. So that gets you the butter off of the wax paper, but then it also prevents the popping that goes on with your butter in the microwave. It shields your microwave from that popping. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add, and also, I'm sorry, y'all, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. I'm going to add that teaspoon of vanilla too. Okay, so we're just gonna mix all of this together. And then we're gonna get a 9 by 13 inch dish to press your crust into, okay? And now we've got our 9 by 13 inch baking dish, and just make sure that you spray your dish with some a nonstick cooking spray. And I'm using Pam. And if y'all hear kids in the background, it is summer holidays here stateside. And so I have kids over playing and sleepovers and all that kind of stuff. So just ignore it. It's not a big deal. You all know I have kids and they have friends, so it's fine, okay? All right, so we're gonna press this in to the baking dish. And you want the bottom of your crust to be even, okay? You don't want to have areas that are higher or lower than the other if you can. You just kind of want to avoid that if you can. And it's just a gentle press, okay? But not so gentle that the pieces are not coming together. So you want it to be firm enough for your crust to kind of adhere together, but you don't want it to be packed really heavy. Because then it's going to be hard to cut, okay? So it's not a heavy packing, and it is gentle, but not too gentle. So you have to kind of like you have to find a happy medium with it. All right, and so this is uniform. It is ready. Let me go along the sides just a little bit more. And so like I said, we're just going to place this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. Okay guys, so this is what your crust is gonna look like. It just came out of the oven. I just kind of wanted to let you all see it and show it to you. So you're gonna put this to the side so it can cool, okay? And when we get ready to add our cream cheese mixture, you wanna make sure that your crust is completely cooled. All right guys, so I've got a 32-ounce package of fresh strawberries. I'm going to, because you're going to need these for your, your strawberry cream cheese salad that we're making. You're going to need about 2 cups. So I'm going to go ahead and get these rinsed off and cut up. You can use whole strawberries as well. You can use frozen strawberries with this particular recipe. All right guys, so this is about how many strawberries we have left, and this is how many that I have diced and cut up. So this is about 2 cups of strawberries. You're gonna stick these back in the fridge because you're gonna want them to be cold when you make your gelatin for your strawberry cream cheese salad. Okay, so in a small bowl, you're gonna wanna get a 6-ounce box of Jell-O strawberry gelatin, and you can use the smaller box as well. You'll just wanna get 2 of those, okay? I think they're either 3 ounces or 3.4 ounces or something like that. I don't have a box in front of me to tell, but I think that's right. So you're gonna wanna pour the contents of that into a small bowl. And to that, we're going to add 2 cups of boiling water. Okay, so we're gonna mix that gelatin, the powdered gelatin in with that boiling hot water. Okay, because you want the powder to dissolve. And then we're gonna set this to the side to cool, because this is what we're gonna be adding, our fresh strawberries. We're gonna be adding them to this gelatin as it cools off, okay? All right, so in a mixing bowl, you're gonna want to place 8 ounces, an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. This is the one I used. And you're gonna want 2 of these, or like what I did, I'm gonna use 8 ounces of this and then 8 ounces of some whipped cream cheese, okay? And this container is a 12-ounce container, so 8 ounces is gonna be the majority of this. And then to this, we're gonna add 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. I'm gonna use my whisk attachment to mix this together. So we'll do one final mix. All right. And so to this, we're gonna add 8 ounces of whipped cream topping. I'm gonna use the Great Value whipped cream topping. I normally use True Whip because it doesn't have the hydrogenated oils in it. It's just cream and sugar, but I couldn't find any. So I've got a 16-ounce container of that, of the whipped topping. I'm gonna use half of it. The other half we're gonna reserve for the top of the strawberry salad. You wanna make sure that your whipped cream is thawed, okay? Right. Got that added? We're gonna go ahead and mix that whipped cream in. All right, y'all, so this is ready. I just went over and checked the gelatin. It's still not quite room temperature, it's a little warm. So if you end up running into that as well and your filling is ready, you can just place your mixing bowl in the refrigerator for a little bit while you wait for that Jell-O to come to room temperature. It shouldn't hurt anything to place it in the fridge. That's what I'm about to do. But you just don't want to leave it in the fridge for hours and hours and hours, okay? Just for a few minutes. It's going to take that Jell-O maybe about 10-15 minutes to kind of come on down to room temperature. So what you can do if you're doing a lot of cooking, it's like a holiday season, just put you a timer on to remind you to check your Jell-O and to get your filling out of the refrigerator. Because like I said, you don't want it to start getting stiff and harden in the fridge, because you're going to need to spread this across your the bottom of your strawberry salad, that pretzel crust, okay? So you don't want it to be just stiff. Okay, you guys, so this is cooled off. We're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of strawberry extract. You don't want to add this while your gelatin is hot because it'll kind of cook off. So we're going to add this since it's cooled down some and is at room temperature. We're just going to do 1/2 teaspoon of strawberry extract. And then you're going to want to mix these strawberries into the gelatin. Make sure that they're all covered in the gelatin, okay? Okay, so we've got that mixed in, and we're gonna sit this to the side. Okay, there's our crust. And so we're gonna get our filling out of the refrigerator. So now, just trying to make sure that my crust it's cooled off, okay? Just make sure you check that. And see, just it being in the refrigerator those 12 minutes or so, it's already started to stiffen up. So that's why you don't wanna leave it in there a long time. And you don't want it to stiffen up because it's hard to spread it across your crust. So that's why you don't want it to stay in there for hours on end. And then now we're going to pour our strawberry gelatin on top of this. It's our final layer. And I'm trying really hard. I don't want to splash this because, you know, it's red and I don't want to get it splashed everywhere. So that's why I'm going kind of slow. But if you want to, you know, pour yours on quickly, you can do that, okay? And if you notice at the bottom here, some of this gelatin has already kind of started to formulate. Don't worry about that. Just, it'll be fine. Okay, just leave that in the, you know, you don't have to try to scrape that out or anything. There's enough gelatin on top of this salad that it should be fine, okay? So try not to get distracted by that and worrying and, you know what I mean? Just let it go, okay? And if you want to add more strawberries, you can. You know, you don't have to stop at the 2 cups. You can add more. It's just whatever you prefer. Okay guys, so it is day 2 for the strawberry salad. And I just got it out of the refrigerator. And I'm gonna take the saran wrap off. Okay, and so here it is. I'll let you all kind of see that inside. And so I am going to go ahead and cut some and taste it. And like I said, you can put whipped cream on top of this too, but it is a salad, you know. Okay, I just cut a piece of this and I wanted to show you all the clean cut that was made. So that lets you know your crust is not gonna be too hard or anything to get a knife through it. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a close-up of the strawberry salad so you can really, you know, get an idea of what it looks like before adding any kind of whipped topping. And that's your pretzel crust right there. And it's a really pretty crust. And so then this is a close-up, y'all, of the salad. Okay, see the cream cheese and everything. It's really good, really, really good. The salty of the crust, the sweet of the whipped cream, strawberry gelatin, and the cream cheese filling. It melds really well. It's really, really good. I'm gonna taste some without whipped cream on top and see if there's a difference. I could have it either way, but I think I prefer the whipped cream on top, okay? And it's only been out of the fridge for about 2 or 3 minutes, and the crust has even begun to get even more tender as it's been sitting out for like 3 minutes. So anyway, I shouldn't say tender, it's just a little bit, it still has a nice crunch, but it's not just too hard, okay? and not too soft either. All right, well, you all have a great day, and I will see you all next time here at 234 in La Casa. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good day.